Good morning, everyone. I'm going to type a little note here. Where do you live? I live in Maine, USA. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday morning group meditation practice at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time that is GMT. I'll have to look that up. Only when we can accept God as God is can we give up the desire for spiritual experiences that we can feel. Thomas Keating, abbot of St. Joseph's Abbey, founder of Centering Prayer Practice monastery where I used to go on retreat. I'll repeat that. Only when we can accept God as God is can we give up the desire for spiritual experiences that we can feel. Lots of people want to feel their spiritual experiences, and that's totally understandable. Me too. But the thing of it is that the feeling of God in the body is in the body. And it's not the thing itself. It's like the Zen saying, to attain Satori, you must give up the desire for Satori. You have to want God and pursue God. And feeling God is part of that entire journey. But it's really not ever been about feeling. That's a manifestation of the presence, not the presence itself. The presence itself is, as Keating also said, God's first language is silence. And so that's why we practice meditation, to enter into the silence. The more you practice your meditation and you use your prayer and your mantra, and when your prayer and your mantra begin to fall away regularly, frequently, for the duration of your meditation, and you sit observing your breath, then you begin to enter into the silence. And the silence is not just the silence of sound, it's the silence of self. It's the silence of feeling. It's just the being stillness. And that's where God is encountered again and again and again in the now, in our practice. Giving up the desire for the feeling of God, because the feeling of God is like a crutch we use to support ourselves. It's necessary. I've been on crutches. I've had broken bones. Maybe you have too. They're helpful and necessary when you need them. You go from 2 crutches to 1 crutch, to a cane, to just the boot, to walking without support. The walking without support in the spiritual life is the abandonment of the necessity or the self-imposed feeling that you need to feel God. Instead, as we go deeper into the silence itself, into the access to the peace itself, which is not worldly peace, it's not the peace of the earth, it's the peace of the divine that is deep inside ourselves, that sits way below the waves and the turmoil of the surface of the ocean. It's way down deep in the ocean of our hearts, where there is stillness. And that stillness is silence, and that silence is without feelings of the presence of God, but yet it is sitting in the beingness of God. And I can lay words on you and talk about this, but until you find it for yourself, it's very difficult to believe me. But I'm not the only one, and neither is Thomas Keating. Silence of feelings is also part of the journey. So that's my little talk for this morning. You'll find this for yourself as you go deeper in. Please like this video on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. You'll get notified of upcoming videos in the future. I'm available for pastoral, spiritual, mystical, and post-near-death experience counseling at peterpanagore.love. I pass my hat among you to support this growing ministry. This meditation is an aspect of the new Not Church brand, for lack of a term. Your gifts help sustain this as we move forward. So welcome, and I'm glad that you're here this morning. Let's see where people are before we begin. Hey Thas, I know you're from South Africa. You get zebras and wild boars and rhinoceroses and elephants. And Russell, you're in the UK, and it's 1300 GMT. So this meditation happens at 1300 GMT, green. I'm gonna have a hard time saying it. Greenwich Mean Time. Greenwich Mean Time. And hi, Carrie and Vicky and Sue in Chester, PA, and Elise, Silence Altar of Spirit. She's down the coast from me here in Maine. Chris from Massachusetts, my home state. Sheila, North Carolina, and Rob. Good to see you here this morning in Wales. And I'm going to switch over to YouTube here. We're making a push towards Facebook. What am I saying? We're making a push towards YouTube. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hey, Allie, who lives in my town in Maine, and Rowan in France. Anyway, that's enough of that calling out stuff. It's time to meditate. And if you need help meditating, you can shoot me a private message or contact me through the comments in Facebook or in YouTube. In the meanwhile, I'm going to shut off my lamps and shut my mouth and shut off my mind. Lay my glasses down. Tip the camera just a hair. Sit my chair back just a bit. Put my feet flat on the floor. Take my shoes off because I'm a barefoot meditator. Hands on my lap. I do a little relaxation first. Kind of get things lined up. I got a tippy chair this morning. Nasal breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, repeating my prayer till it falls away, and I observe my breath. I'll see you guys and gals as soon as I turn on my clock here and open my phone in 20 minutes. Start. Thank you for joining me this morning in our morning meditation. Good morning to everyone. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. It's August in Maine, which means the timothy is out and the ragweed is out in bloom. I was thinking before I began my meditation about the rest of the Thomas Keating quote. The language of God is silence. All else is poor translation. I'd like to give you a couple more tips in meditation this morning. The Patanjali Sutras talk about the pause. There's debate on whether it's a pause in the intake of the breath or a pause at the top of the outblow of the breath. But you can do both. I do both. Not every time, but some meditations, like today, I pause for a beat at the bottom of my breath. And when I exhale, I pause for a beat at the top of my breath. This pause creates space inside oneself. Today I focused on my crown chakra and my 8th chakra above my crown chakra and my 1st chakra. And I ran my breath between the two, mostly down my back, mostly down my spine and back up again. But sometimes just between the two. The silence is the language of God. The feeling of God is a help along the way. If you have any comments or questions, please private message me or make comments. I'm happy to have a conversation with you. I'm at peterpanagore.love. I'm going to check over here. I'm going to say hello to Kirsten in Florida. Hi, Kirsten. And Lois in Maine, USA, who's been following my work since I was on television, starting a long time ago. I'm going to post up a picture about that today because I found one as I'm going through my files. I look so young. Peggy in Parrish, Florida. Love the name of our town. We attend the Parish United Methodist Church a mile north of us. Peace to the Parish United Methodist Church. Hello, Ken, out there in the other Oregon. Bill lives in California, Sacramento, I think. It's 5:25 a.m. You're up early, my brother. Ken, again. Sarah in South Florida. You're welcome, Kirsten. Wanda, I think you live in Maine. Nice to see you. Jennifer, are you in Maine? Oh, you're an MDI. Jennifer's a bi-continental person. Australia and Maine. Welcome back to Maine, my friend. Good to see you here. And let's see, over back in YouTube again. Sheila from North Carolina, we said that, and Rob in Wales, and Vicky. You're welcome, everyone. Thanks again. I'm going to remind you all that next week I'm going to be away for the week, taking care of my parents. I haven't seen them since COVID-19 came. Today's my dad's 90th birthday, and he is now, and has been for some time, weakening and frail and bedridden. And I thank God for my brother and sister who've been able to attend to my mom and my dad in person as I do a lot of phone work with them. So peace to you all. I'll see you in a week after next week. Peace to you all. God is love. I'll see you later. Bye for now.